Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets.
Hey guys, and welcome to part... psych. We're really doing this again. You guys know that 58.9% of you aren't subscribed. Like, what's going on? It's so easy. And look, here's a clip right now if you don't believe me. Anyway, there's going to be a clip the entire part probably. But anyway, you guys are going to have 5 seconds to like, subscribe, and comment down below, done it. If you comment down below, like, subscribe in that 5 seconds, or you have bad luck for the rest of your life. Other than that, I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and yeah, let's get into it. Hey guys, and welcome back to part 9 of What If Deku is a True Alpha Werewolf. Sorry I had to record this video for the third time, because I kept on saying Naruto, because I just made a new Naruto Whatif, and I'm back guys, you already know, and I forgot the last like goal. What did I put it at? Nobody knows. I'm gonna say 100 though. I don't know why I'm being really musical. I was playing a lot of Beat Saber. Sorry, I wasn't even singing now. I was just trying to put words together in a rhythm. But yeah, I'm probably going to amp my voice up a bit. So if it gets louder, if it's like too loud, I mean, when you watch it, I apologise. This is still experimental. At least I figured out how to stop the sudden cuts in my audio. Yep, and I figured out that was because if you have a voice changer, don't put it so there's no pause. I mean, don't put it so there's a long pause in between each. I put it so when I stop speaking, it pauses itself, instead of making it so you can still hear me. So instead of having normal audio like all my before videos, it was, hey guys, and welcome to pause, no sounds. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, 50 more subscribers and we're at 5k. That is mental. And at 5k, I can sign up for sponsorships. This channel will grow at the speed of light. I hope. I was gonna promise you, and then I realised I can't promise that. And I was like, ah. And I just clicked something off screen, and I'm really sorry. Anyway, if you're wondering, you can skip this part of the video. This was just me thanking you and all that stuff, because it's gone over a minute. So, yeah, anyway, let's jump right into this. When we left off, Deku was arguing with Endeavor, because Endeavor asked for the bite. But Deku said, hell nah. But before a fight broke out, they got a message from a leader asking for help with his location sent to it. And they started following his scent until Deku picked up a lot more blood suddenly before the others could. So he went into one for all and just created a sound blast and flew off. And when he got there, he saw Stain's blade about to cut Leader in half. So he roared and flew towards it and punched him into a wall. And when he got and made sure Lydia was okay, and he thought Lydia died, but he didn't. Lydia died, but he didn't. And then he looked to the right, and Stain flew past and cut on him, and he licked his blood. Deku was suddenly paralysed, and Stain was laughing, saying, "You can't move, can you?" But Deku let out a growl, and his eyes flashed red suddenly, and he said under his breath,
"You're going to regret that."
Anyway, let's jump back into it. Stain said, "What? Are we going to regret that? What are you going to do when you can't even move?" Deku realised that Stain thinks he can't move, and he should have planned that. Deku then said, "So what if I can't move? I'll still kick your..." But before he can even finish that sentence, everyone else pops up. Scott, Lydia, Malia, Styles, Todoroki, Toga, and Bakugo. And Stain gets a lot more scared. He sees one more pair of red eyes, and then the rest he sees, and then the rest are yellow and blue. And he all thinks, what? Did they all have the same quirk? No, he's that kid from the festival who can give other people his power, just a weaker version of his. Oh, this will be fun, because I took down the strongest one easily. And he flashed towards them, and without them expecting it, so they don't really have a time to block, they're going to get seriously injured, even they will heal. Deku decides not today. And he kicks Stain out of the air, flying. And Stain goes flying. He's like, what? I thought you couldn't move. His blood type must be an O. But even that was a bit quick. And then Deku jumps up and starts beating down on Stain, and the others fly in to help lead her up. And after Endeavor comes and sees Deku beating down on Stain, because unlike before, they left really quick, and Endeavor wasn't any halted. They went up full speed, so earlier than it was in the original. And then he just sees Deku beating down on Stain, and he's like, wait, I could either jump in and waste my time, or let that kid deal with it and take the credit. Yep, I know what I'm gonna do. And then Deku chucks one of Stain's swords away, which Stain was waiting for. He kicks Deku away and pulls out two of his main blades, and he charges towards Deku. Deku's dodging most of the strikes, but some hit, as Stain's actually really fast. He didn't expect it, and as soon as he gets a drop of blood, he licks it. Deku freezes for a moment, but his body's more used to it. He's evolving. And he breaks back in, and Stain's like, that's it. What is your quirk? Deku says, werewolf. Speed, strength, claws, fangs, and super healing. Stain realizes that's it. The paralysis isn't lasting because of his healing. And then Deku's eyes flash and he roars. And with this, Stain backs up a bit. Everyone's eyes cells flash red, and before Stain even gets a chance to run away, Bakugo's flaming with explosion, punching him, and everyone starts beating down. It's like he got jumped like in real life by gangs. They're all kicking him, and then Deku tells everyone to get off. Stain was waiting for this. He had a feeling Deku was like them other heroes, too scared to do anything, and he attempts to escape. Before he can even do that, Deku's already behind him, and he has his claws on Stain's neck, ready to rip his throat out. And Deva's shocked, thinking, so quick and no hesitation. If he was a villain, we'd be screwed. A villain who was 100 times stronger than All Might could easily make other villains as strong as All Might or stronger with a single bite. Oh, we're kind of thankful for that, ain't we? And Endeavor doesn't really know about the full control yet. He just thinks that it's partly. He doesn't know that if Deku wants to, he can make the others unaware of what they're doing and control their body fully. And when he does this, Deku, he's like, so Stain, you're either gonna give up, or you're gonna apologize to the leader and let Endeavor take you. Stain says, I give up. At that moment, there's a huge explosion in the back, and people start screaming. Endeavor runs towards it and yells, no moves! Deku's already thinking, oh, you lucky. And Stain's like, what are you gonna do, Deku? Or is that not your name? Whatever it is. I acknowledge you as a true hero, but what now? You can't keep me and not go help against Nomu. And then Stain sees everyone run off, and they're holding their own against Nomu, all of them. And Deku's like, they'll hold them off till I'm done with you. And Stain's like, damn it. At this moment, Momo walks past and sees Deku pinning Stain, and then because she'd run to help everyone against Nomu, and then she realises what must have happened, and goes, Momo, make something really tough to break, like but bendable, so I can tie it around him. Momo makes a metal rope that can be bent by rope, like a rope if someone's strong enough, and he ties it around Stain so even Stain can't hold it, break it, and then he ties Stain into a wall. And then he just jumps towards the Nomi. Deku's easily dismantling him, and he thinks, might as well let myself go for a minute. And he just roars. And every other werewolf, Scott included in that pack, their eyes will flash red, and it went from there being either equal to the Nomi to destroying them. And Deku's flurrying around, his eyes glowing, he's growling. He's easily dismantling Nomus. Endeavor's shocked, he's having a bit of struggle. He's struggling with only 1 or 2 Nomus. But Deku's flying around killing hundreds. But this is where something happens. A huge Nomu appears. And Deku flies and punches it, and it flies back a bit but manages to gain its balance. Deku's shocked and he's thinking, he must have been given a quirk with his weight equaling strength or something, and they made him huge to back it up. He might be a problem. If you wonder what that was, you'll find out in a minute. Deku's turning to more of his demon wolf side. He's only ever tapped into a bit of it. His skin deck's a bit darker, and he flies up even faster, knocking the Nomu back a bit. And then he goes into one for all, 50%, and he starts easily knocking the Nomu down. Because before the Nomu managed to gain its balance, but now Deku's just too strong. But then he looks in the background, a man with no face and a weird mask. A reddish black thing appears in his hand, and the Nomu gets compressed. And his punch actually causes Deku pain, which he hasn't felt in a while, and sends him flying back. And he's like, what the? I must have compressed him, making his strength even more insane. This might mean I have to try. Deku uses more of his werewolf power, and goes to one for all, 200%. And he flies at the Nomu and he punches him. Not even this punch will do anything. Then Deku's eyes glow, and it shows everyone else. He doesn't notice this though, and this one punch is a lot stronger than he expected it. He's like, where's this power coming from? And he looks in the background and sees all the other guys are stronger as well. He's like, must have something to do with my power. But there's one thing he didn't account for: the speed of the Nomu, and it appears in front of him, exposing his brain with trying to use a headbutt. Deku puts his hand out, pretty sure he's gonna break a bone here, and he thinks, come on, think. And something changes in his DNA, and he unintentionally growls a bit. And Bakugo's eyes flare up brighter than anyone else's, and an explosion flies out of Deku's hands, blowing a Nomu's head off. All for one shocked at this. All for one shocked at this and disappears. As we know who this was. And Bakugo's like, wait, was that my quirk? Oh, no time. But Deku has time, and he's thinking, how did I just use Bakugo's quirk? Oh, damn it, I need to think. I was in a desperate situation, and I guess from a reflex I might have called for Bakugo's help. And does that mean I could use his quirk? And he tries it again, but before he even gets to try launch an explosion, he does try, but before it even happens, another Nomu appears. And Deku's had enough. He goes to one for all, 2000%, as all the Nomus merge together. And he uses as much werewolf power as he can while staying in control, and he jumps at that Nomu and starts tearing it to shreds, more animal-like than ever, easily destroying it. And when it gets to the ground, Deku's stamping on its head, kicking him, smashing it into the walls. And then he takes a deep breath and sees the Nomu splattered everywhere. And he just thinks, oh, I guess I might have lost control a bit. And he thinks, wait, did I hurt anyone? He turns around to see everyone clapping for him. He thought, oh, so maybe I gave up that bit of control, but I directed my anger at something, so that's the only thing I attacked. Interesting, that might be help me for that mode I've been working on. Those who wonder, that mode is called Berserker. It's where Deku gives up all his control, but it's also where he's at his strongest he's ever been. Not including one for all. Like 2000% on one for all. With his normal werewolf without going berserker and 2000% one for all. His berserker matches that without even going full. So with him going berserker with 2000 one for all, he was insanely powerful, stronger than anything anyone's seen. That's why he could tear through the Nomu, which he soon found out was meant to be unbreakable, like undamageable. And then we time skip to where everyone goes back to class. Everyone asks Deku about what he did, and asked how he got so powerful all of a sudden, and he's like, oh, that was just my apprenticeship. Everyone who went with Deku to the apprenticeship know this was a lie. But Deku's more concerned, or not concerned, more curious about how he could use Bakugo's explosion. And he starts questioning this, and he calls like Toga, Todoroki and Bakugo over for a slight training herself. And he said, I use your explosion as I'm pretty sure all of you know. And they all nod, and he says, I don't know how. When that Nomu flew towards me, I, out of reflex, thought of you helping me. And don't think I didn't notice your sudden spike in strength, Bakugo. You got stronger, and so did your eyes get brighter. And then I could use your quirk. And Deku says, I'm gonna try that again. He thinks back to the motion of getting Bakugo to help him. Bakugo's eyes flare up, and he feels a lot stronger. And Deku puts out his hand, and an explosion flies out. And he's like, so that's what it's like to use an explosion, Bakugo? Bakugo's shocked, and then he thinks, Todoroki's eyes can flare up themselves. And Deku makes a huge ice sculpture appear and melts it with a huge wave of fire from the other. Deku realizes, when I want to, I can make you guys stronger. At the same time, I gain access to your quirks. Then Deku thinks. He creates a wall of ice with one hand, like uses eyes, and then he uses explosions in another. And he looks up Bakugo and Todoroki and sees both the eyes are glowing, and he's like, so I can use your quirks at the same time. And with this realization, Deku realizes how powerful he is. Anyway, we go to the race to save All Might, like we see in the original. And in the first race, it's Todoroki, Bakugo, Deku, Toga, and all the other guys who were in the first race. And so when they say begin, everyone expects Deku to win, unlike the original. And unlike before, Deku's taking his time, but his taking his time is roughly everyone else's 75% full speed. So he goes up to their 100%, which doesn't even make him lose his breath. And everyone else is shocked. And they're like, because they don't think that Deku's holding back. They think everyone else is caught up to Deku. And everyone else, but Todoroki, Bakugo, Toga, all realise that Deku's holding back. And they're flying through the course, but in preparation, All Might made it 10 times longer. So they're still not really too far done. And they all yell at him, stop messing around. And Deku says, if you say so. His eyes glow, and he roars.
You awesomeness.
Everyone else's eyes grew even more, and they all started picking up speed, but nothing compared to Deku. As Deku lit off a bit of electricity and went to 1 for all 50%, and uses more werewolf power. In a shockwave, he flew to the court and just zoomed past All Might, and he grabbed onto the railing, snapping it, but managing to slow his speed enough for him to stop. And he gets awarded the win. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, share with friends and family, get me that 50 subscriber bonus. Let me get the 5k. That's a huge brag to my friends and family. They might actually start liking me. I'm joking. They will never like me. Okay, another joke. You know I'm joking. Other than that, yeah. Also, go down below and you see the guy labeled intro guy. He's one of my friends. He's the one who's starting to make thumbnails. He made my intro for me, and I'm making you guys a deal. I know this is not very likely to happen, but if you guys get him to 1,000 subscribers, then I will do a what if. If you all join my server, there's a what if, and you can all give separate ideas. And on my community tab, I will give out each idea of the what if, and it'll be, you can choose if it's My Hero Academia or Naruto. And each what if, whatever idea for the what if is most popular is what I choose. So you guys will make your own what if as it goes along. It isn't you just give me the idea, you literally decide what happens in it. So yeah, if you get the guy in the description below to 1k. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you share with your friends and family, and like and subscribe. Hit the like above 100, and peace. Love you guys.